in this question, they're giving us a rule, right? Equation of a line, right? Y equals 1/2 x minus 4. And for A, it says, without graphing, find the x-intercept. Well, let's remember the x-intercept is when y equals 0. So if I have the equation, y equals 1/2 x minus 4, and I put a 0 in for y and solve for x, I'm going to get the x-intercept. So first I'll add 4 to both sides, and I get 4 equals 1/2 x. Then I'll divide both sides by 1/2, right? And 1/2 goes into 4 8 times. So we get the x-intercept equals 8. There's the x-intercept. Now for B, it says make a table and graph. Now I would recommend, right, that you graph from your knowledge of slope-intercept form, right? And then I'll make a table just to show that we did it right. So when we have an equation written in slope-intercept form, right, y equals mx plus b, this is the slope, and this is the y-intercept. So we can just look at y equals 1/2 minus 4, and we know the minus 4 is the y-intercept, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we know the slope is 1/2, which means up 1 over 2. So up 1 over 2. And I can keep going. Up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, and then up 1 over 2 would be right there, right? Okay. And we can draw our line through that, right? And let's, just for fun, make a table, right? Table of values, right? X, y. If I put a 0 in for x, I get -4 for y. If I put a 1 in for x, let's go by 2s, it makes it nicer. 2 times 1/2 is 1, minus 4 is -3. If I put a 4 in for x, 4 times 1/2, 4 times 1/2 is 2, minus 4 is -2. If I put a 6 in for x, that's 3 minus 4, -1. If I put an 8 in for x, that's 4 minus 4 is 0, right? 10 in for x is 1, right? So there's my table, and I can check on my graph, and I did do that correctly. So then question C says, you know, how could you find the x-intercept from your graph? Well, from graph, you just look, right? You look where it crosses the x-axis, you know, where it crosses the x-axis, right? That's easy. And then it says, how would you get it from the table? You would, from table, look where y equals 0, right? Because where y equals 0 here, there's the x-intercept.